Common grace means that God restrains the madness of men because he puts grace upon society to keep it from destroying itself. And common grace is on certain individuals who are locked into principles of the kingdom that they were taught or that they learned or that were mentored into them, so that they stand inflexible and unbendable over the crucible issues of their generation because it's their belief system. Trust me. There are people that have common grace. They may not be able to go toe-to-toe with you on transformation. I can tell by looking at you that you're pretty shocked still on this concept. Let's keep going with it. What if God has raised up a person? Let's be honest about this. If you had to have heart surgery, who would you rather have? Your favorite Pentecostal who loves you and prays for you every day? Or that Jewish surgeon over there who's done this 1,000 times and he wants to retire, but he'll do one more because he's got a friend that got him to do one more. Let's be honest about this. You want the person with competence. See, if the church would do the spiritual governing, we wouldn't be trying to elect a politician to do it in our place. That's the real issue. Now, let me speak on behalf of all the 10 men sweating it out in the Republican Party right now to try to get if we'll show up and vote, which is always the question. Will we even show up? Here's the question. Here's what they would love to have somebody like me say to you. Don't saddle them with the burden of representing the argument that you failed to win. In other words, if the church collectively in the United States failed to persuade the nation on the issue of homosexuality or abortion, don't saddle them with the burden of having to pass your litmus test, because look at what Obama did. How shrewd was that? He was for same-sex marriage from the beginning, went on Rick Warren's platform in order to get the endorsement of the evangelicals in California, and lied. It was revealed later that he lied. But Axelrod said, I told him, you can't say what you're really thinking. You got to tell them this because that's an evangelical community. You'll never be president if you don't tell them the right answer. It wasn't what he wanted to say. He said it in order to get the endorsement of Christians. And of course, we fell for it because we're harmless as doves. So, here's the direction I want to go in. These gates of hell are located in these high places. These gates of hell are located at the top of the mountains. We're going to actually have to start thinking about the battle at the gates. Let's take another look at this. Are you getting something out of this so far? It's very therapeutic for me to just go on a rant. 1989. Why are we? I'm excited about this because in 1989, here's what the gay community said. They said, "You know what we are? We are losing the battle of culture." Homosexuals said this in 1989 because we have so many organizations. My gosh, this is like us. 56 great speakers, but 56 different solutions to a problem. And by the way, that's just the 56 that are here. There could be 1,056 right now working in other places. Here's what the gay community came up with. They said, our problem is we are like a vast wagon wheel of jagged spokes, all disconnected, pursuing our own path, needing to find a centralized hub. So what they were saying was, we don't have a hub. So the wagon wheel is disconnected, jagged spokes. It's one of the fascinating things. I spoke at I saw the organization sponsoring the event here. It's like Progress, American Progress, or Progress America, something like that. But it's about voting. Make sure that every Christian, all the churches are getting their people involved in voting. And it was fascinating because I did a little presentation there, and it's kind of new. I remember it was really amusing because they had security there. They had all these high-level, political ops. And I was asked to do my little Seven Mountain spiel. And I said, okay, I'll come do it. I live in Dallas. And I asked the security guys, I said, so, you run into any problems this week? They said, well, we had a few unusual cases. I said, like what? I said, well, like people with the name tags. And I realized they had given me a name tag on the first day that was for, the conference, and I had security clearance. But I go to so many events. I had exchanged it for a Bob Harrison Increase event with a palm tree on it the next day. And so I'm walking around going through all the clearances with a palm tree with a little happy face and I guess a tequila in the picture on the name tag. And they said, well, people like you threw us off a little while, but then we realized that's just the way you are. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. But I told them about this wagon wheel idea, and I told them about the 7 mountains. They were totally right there. We ended with, I don't even think we did the video clip, but we did like a as one thing. They were right there. Strangest thing happens. The unity, the focus, I could feel it, the agreement. We need a greater degree of unit cohesion in our effort. But then when we broke, I'm like new to this. I'm learning. I'm like a new conservative in the whole political arena here, because I was working in the ministry realm, trying to change the world as a minister. Now I'm in a different realm. I'm doing all 7 of these mountains, learning how they work. I go into the lobby, everybody breaks from the huddle, and they're all at their tables. Not unlike this, except you don't see a lot of activity out there because the focus is really on, the heart is here on the subject matter. But when we broke after that event, everybody was out trying to get donors and activity into their own spoke. In other words, we are the conservatives do not work together, neither do evangelicals easily work together. The left, they're all over each other's gear. Wherever one is breaking through, they all pile on because it's a breakthrough for all of them against us. But we don't work. I'll give you an example. This is going to be shocking. This is like going down the rabbit hole. I'm looking at Ferguson. And there's something about what's going on in Ferguson that bothers me. And it isn't the news. I'm learning, don't listen to the news. Because the news is an echo chamber that's owned by 5 guys that are all funding what kind of news you're going to be listening to. So I have to kind of dig around to check independent sources. And I noticed that Code Pink, MoveOn.org, CARE, which is a Muslim organization, International Answer, the New Black Panther Party, and the Nation of Islam. And I noticed even Sojourners was involved. I'm noticing organizations that are all there bussing people in to organize what is an incident that is coming out of the frustration of individuals in order to make it incendiary and orchestrated so that it becomes a political statement in front of the media to shape the nation. I'm looking at the manipulation of events and news and a culture that doesn't question what's really going on there, because we think that's actually happening. It's not actually happening. The organization in Ferguson was so perfectly set up that they were quiet, waiting for whatever the announcement was going to come in terms of a verdict, of a courtroom verdict. They were poised for riot, regardless of what the answer was. And then I'm listening to the interviews with the key leaders in the movement. These are the community people. These are the people that actually are the organization.
Whenever you talk and you laugh and you disturb and you so many times say, oh my God, oh my God. So this is sin. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. You read in Exodus chapter 20, verse 7. And in fourth point is the lack of faith. If you have a lack of faith, this is the sin. You read in the Hebrew chapter 12, verse 6. And the fifth one is the celebrating Halloween. If you are celebrating the eve of satanic Halloween, this is the demonic eve and the satanic eve, or this is the satanic ritual. If you celebrate the Halloween, this is so demonic. You adopt the Satanism, and you celebrate the Satan in your life. And you allow the demons and the bad spirit in your life, and you allow and open the door for demons. So please don't celebrate the Halloween, because it's so demonic. It's a Satanism ritual, and if you allow Satan in your life, they will steal your blessings, and destroy you and kill you. So kill your happiness, kill your blessings, kill your family members, kill your peace, kill your fruits, spirits of fruits, kill your blessings. Lot of things he destroy you. He totally destroy you and kill you mentally and physically. So don't celebrate the Halloween because it's a satanic ritual, or don't allow and open the door for demons. And the sixth one is the overfeeding. If you overfeeding yourself with the bad things and the pornography and the porn videos, and you feeding with the bad news is, and you feed your body, your mind with the worldly music, and so many demonic games. You feed your mind with the demonic games. You feed your mind with the satanic ritual. You feed your mind with the black magic and the witchcraft. And you feed with your self and mind. You feed your mind with the demonic games and the demonic satanism and demonic and magic movies. These are so demonic, and you, if you feed your mind with these bad things and the demonic things, then you allow the demons to destroy you, kill you, and steal your all blessings, and steal your happiness, steal your peace, steal your all blessing which God gives you. And also Satan steal your fruits, spirits of fruits, and he will destroy you, and he wants to go you with his hell. And don't do that. Don't do your mind with the bad things, because the scripture says in the First Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31. If you read for more about this thing and overfeeding, if you read in about overthinking, overfeeding. So the sixth one is the phone addiction. I always say the phone is like a snake. He always hurt you and bite you day by day. He bite your mind. He bite your energy level. He bite you with mentally, and destroy you mentally and physically. He bite all good things, all good thinking. He bite all of these which is God give you. He will eat every blessings. He will steal every blessings, and he will destroy you. So this, don't addict so many time of phone addictions. uh, you are addicted so much phone addiction. You scroll so all the times. You gave your time all the day. You gave your phone addictions. So that's a sin. That's not good, and God don't like these things, because these things will destroy yourself, your life, your family, and everything. Uh, a, Satan will destroy in your life. So phone addiction is the very dangerous. He will destroy you inner side. You don't see satanic plans and in your life, because you always scrolling the bad videos and seeing the vulgar videos and the worldly music. So these things will destroy you. So if you read in Luke chapter 16 verse 13, you read in this chapter for more about the phone addictions. So what God says to you about these things. And the eighth one is the laziness. If you have lazy, so much lazy, if you are lazy in Bible reading, if you are lazy in prayer, if you are lazy in working, if you are lazy so doing the work, and so many things, if you are lazy in these things, and this is the spirit of laziness which Satan will send in your life, and this is the sin. He will destroy you. So beware of these things and these sins. We read about more in the Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4. And if you are doing drugs, so these are so demonic. Drugs and alcohol will destroy you, will destroy your life, will break your relationships, and this is not from God's side. This is from a Satan side. So throw out these things. They will destroy you. Don't doing. These are sin. If you are alcohol, too much alcoholic, you are doing a sin. If you are doing so much drugs, you are sin. You are in sin. You read about the drugs in the First Peter chapter 5 verse 8. And the 10th point is this is the making sinful jokes. If you crack and making so much sinful jokes, and these are sin. If we read in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 4, and the 11th point is this is the worry. If you worry so much about your future, past, and the present, so you're doing a sin. You are in sin. Because Jesus said about the worry, you read in Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 to 7. And the 12th one is the attempting suicide. If you are attempting suicide, so this is a sin. You read about the suicide in let's chapter 7 verse 17, and the last one is the being a sport addicted. If you are so much addicted in sport, so this is also a sin. You read about in Colossians chapter 3 verse 5. So I hope you know about these sins and you don't doing these sins, because God don't like sin, because he is the pure God. So that's why you don't doing sin, because sin break a relationship with God. So God bless you. Have a nice day.